Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here with another episode of NASCAR Racing in 2003 season. We are doing the 2000 mod, and we have arrived at Kentucky Speedway, 1.5 mile, pretty fast racetrack, if I'm honest. Now, this is a modded racetrack. It does not come with the base game of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, as Kentucky was not being raced on during that time. So this is downloaded, and I've got a bad feeling that unfortunately the AI is not tuned to those specific factors of this track. We'll see how well we can do. 27 laps makes up the total. Pace car is off. Let's get a good clean start here behind Bill Elliott in the 94. There's Dale Jr. in the 8. Green flag is out. Brandon is on the outside of Bill there, looking to the outside of Johnny Benson. We can drive pretty deep into turn 1 here. We'll try to stick to the bottom. It's very bumpy here. The car wants to grind and bounce around. So we have to be careful when we're under other cars for sure. There goes Terry Labonte making a move there. Brandon will settle in behind us. And the leaders are really starting to gap. Kentucky is a pretty single file racetrack. A lot of arrow push here. We'll have to try to fight back to the front. Oh wow, Bill Elliott goes to the apron there, with Terry Labonte looking to the inside. There's Bill. If we can run the middle groove here, I think we can make up some time. We'll just follow Dale Jr. on around, get that momentum on the high lane, and pass Bill Elliott and clear him there. We are thinking, as far as pit strategy is concerned, this is a one-stop race, and it would probably be in our best interest to do split the race in half. Lap 13 or 14, come on in. We'll see if the AI is on that same schedule or not. Let's look to the outside here. Sterling Marlin, Jerry Nadeau is up in the marbles there. Maybe we can get a run on him, but we have to keep an eye out in the mirror because these cars like to drive in very deep. Junior tries to pinch us out there. Looks like he was thinking about being put 3 wide. Terry Labonte lays a tire to us in the door. Up the track we go just a little bit, and you know what? It's not worth it. You go on, good sir. Bill Elliott will follow Terry Labonte on through. I just do not feel fast at this racetrack. If I drive it in hard, the thing scrapes, and when it is scraping, the undercarriage is in the racetrack, and of course the tires won't work if the car is lifting, off the ground or in the ground. Turn 3 is a little bit better for us as far as stability is concerned, and if we can get a good drive, scrape just a little bit, that's where we can make up the most time, I feel. Off of turn 4, we can get that good run through the center off. But single file now in front of us. Let's just mind our own business, settle in here. We have about 10 laps until pit stops begin. I want to see where we can get some time made up on these guys. The car is just really unstable. If I had more time, we could work on a better setup that doesn't grind and bounce around. The car is just unstable. This doesn't feel well. I'll let Brandon go on around. He may be a bit faster than we are, and that is fine. Bill Elliott down there on the bottom as well. And we've got a big gap between Bill Elliott and the car behind us. This is sort of where this AI, with these ratings, they split into 2 distinct groups, the fast group and then the slow group. And we are on the back edge of the fast group right here. Certainly not the fastest car on the track by any means. We'll see if we can follow Bill Elliott's tire tracks here. Maybe pit stops we can make an adjustment, but we need to start thinking about what we can do to get this car off the ground. Even Brandon is scraping just a bit there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. Tire pressure would do it. We could raise the pressures up, and I believe we will do such things as these. It's going to be a 4 tire change anyway, so a good tire pressure adjustment could be worth it in the end. We just need to hold on until that point. We're in Bill Elliott's tire tracks, and they seem to be leaving us. This is just one of those days where I do not feel competitive. You have one of those days where you go out and you unload slow, and nothing you throw at it seems to work, and you just have to sort of hold your head in shame. Maybe pit strategy can boost us up just a touch, but as far as being the fastest and, making a statement, we are not doing such things as these. I don't feel so bad because Brandon is back here too. if Brandon was up there leading this race and I was back here, that would be a bigger kick in the gut, because I know that someone with my equivalent driving skill is outrunning me in a car or on a track. Then I know it's my fault. But if he is struggling and encountering the same problems that I am, then I know it's the AI or the track, but or the car. But all right, clearing the turn. We've got Brandon in our sights now, and he might be coming back to us here. But that lead pack is definitely fast. I might actually be concerned about being lapped here, if I'm honest. We're laying down consistent lap times. I wouldn't say competitive. The right front is already starting to burn off a bit. You see there, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and add that tire pressure, 1 pound all around, to try to elevate the car off the track a bit. So a pound there, a pound there, and a pound there, and we should be good. As far as temperatures are concerned, the tires are not overheating, but they're just wearing down so much and the car is bottoming out. This track did come with one other setup called Ian's test setup, and that was just so loose I could not drive that car. It may be fast, but I can't make it go fast. But off the turn, we'll just start clicking them off, and hopefully a yellow flag can bring this all together, or pit stops can jockey us around just a touch. But I am not in the racetrack. I do not feel competitive at all. Any harder than this, and the car is going to really bottom out, and up the track we are going to go. So I'll just mind my own business here. Pit stops are coming up soon, and Brandon and I are going to be on the same pit strategy, trying to split this race in half, and we'll keep an eye out for any leaders that may be coming down the pit road, especially if they miss pit road or have to come back onto the racetrack. That may cause an issue and tighten everyone back up again. We will not repair the damage. I don't want to waste any time, extra time on pit road, as we have to be concerned about going a lap down, more or less, in ensuring we go a lap down by repairing the damage that I've done. It's only been a few wall scrapes here and there, so it's nothing terminal. The hood still looks like it's in good shape. It's just right front damage, if anything, which certainly isn't helping our cause for driving fast laps. But we're coming down to the money stop, or the only stop, essentially. Fuel is going to be good. We're not pitting for fuel. We could try to gamble and stay out on old tires and hope that we trap some people a lap down, but the caution would have to come out for such things as these, and it looks like they are just so spread out and so spaced that I don't think a yellow will come out. We'll just have to play it on the safe side and just bring it home in one piece, rather than try to really stretch it, possibly run out of fuel, and then definitely be many, many, many laps down. So we'll do our best here. Looks like Brandon is slowing up for his pit stop. We will do the same. We do not want to overshoot pit road. Right here, the commitment cone is right there, downshifting, and pit road speed is right there, 4,000 in second gear. We are pitting pretty close to the start-finish line. We qualified about halfway down, so we will pit here, look for the left. There's our boys up on the wall, 4 tires and pressure adjustment here. Here we go, boys. Get a nice steady stop here. Right sides are on indeed. Going back to the left. All right, so far so good. They haven't dropped any lugs or anything. Go, 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 go. All right, we are away. Brandon is away. Our pit stop might have been a little bit better than Brandon, but we are good on fuel the rest of the way. Tires, we cut the race in half. Pit road speed ends there. We are on it. Brandon's going to be on the inside here. We don't want to wash up above the yellow line. We want to stay right down there and see where we come out at. All right, looks like Brett Bodine is there. There's the pit road exit line, and let's get back up to speed. We'll see where we come around this time. We'll keep Brett Bodine in our sights here. It feels much better now that these new tires are on, for sure. And when we get into turn 1, we will see if we are any better on the scraping situation. So 21st, we're right dead in the middle of the pack. So Brandon and I are right in the middle of the fast cars versus the slow cars. Much more stable in that turn for sure. If we do come back to Kentucky next year, I might remember putting in some tire pressure. But luckily, Kentucky is a once-a-year event. We won't have to worry about hopping on the struggle bus again this year. And we can focus on next week. 10 laps to go now. About 5 minutes left of racing. Let's see if we can get old Brett Bodine. Brandon is pushing him up to the high line. And I believe we are faster than him. He has historically been part of the slower group of cars rather than the faster group of cars. So, yeah, we'll be gaining just a bit, especially if he's trying to run the high side around Brandon. He's not going to get the ideal line through the turn. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can gain here. We wash up just a little bit. That scraping is vicious, but we've gained some time. He is getting bigger in our windshield, and I don't see anyone in our mirror. So it's all out front. Maybe we can catch Brandon as well. That's just like my small intermediate goal. A top 20 would certainly be nice if we can get around Brett Bodine and he be for position. That's the next big check mark because, yeah, he's for position, luckily. All right, let's try the high line, try to get around him here, get some good drive. We might get him off of turn 3 and 4 here. He's got good drive down the back straightaway. We need to get into this turn a little better. We'll roll the center, pick back the throttle. Yeah, we're going to catch him now. We'll catch a big draft off of him here, see if we can pass him into turn 1. On his bottom here. Now he may pose a little bit of a threat. We're washing up just a bit. We've cleared him. All right, eyes out of the mirror. We don't have to worry about him. That's a top 20 for us. Not exactly worth celebrating, but there's another car in the windshield we can get to. Brett Bodine is running that outside lane, trying to pass us back. He's fighting for that top 20. And there we go, 20th place, and Brandon is the car in front with 6 laps to go. I tell you, it's humiliating, it's dehumanizing, it's degrading to be fighting back in the mid-20s, especially since as successful as we've been this year to run this badly. Sometimes you're the fly and sometimes you're the windshield, and we are definitely the fly today. All right, 5 laps to go. We are on the lead lap at least, so there is that. If we can maintain this gap behind us, the leaders will struggle to pass them, and then we will be okay, at least for the last 5 laps. If this was a full 400 miles, I would be settling in for heartache for sure. If I remember last year with the Kentucky race, I did the 2016 car set, and I did not struggle like this. Maybe it's this 2000 mod that is different as far as like the car geometry is concerned. So, you know, definitely wasn't expecting this coming into this week for sure. Leader is at the line there, so we are more than a half a lap down. We're going to have to run for everything we've got just to maintain. Those leaders are definitely fast. Out to the wall a bit, and now the tires are really starting to give up. This track is chewing up the tires pretty badly on the 4X tire simulation. I don't know if that's a product of being a modded track or if it's just that rough, but it is nuts. It seems like the tires are giving up far more than other tracks for sure. All right, let's finish strong here. We can work on this car in front of us, the Sit-Go 21 of Elliott Sadler, who is a lap down. This will not be for position, but essentially just bragging rights here. Yep, that car is a lap down. Right front is in yellow, but we're catching Elliott. Not Bill by any means, but Elliott Sadler. Yeah, good run here. You know, I wouldn't say it's comfortable. It feels neutral. Like, it doesn't feel fast. It just sort of feels like we're floating out here with no positive drive at all. I mean, we're getting good drive there off of Elliott Sadler here. We should be able to make the pass. White flag, 1 to go. This is just for... ooh, I almost stuffed it in the fence there, trying to do a slide job on old Elliott. It's for pride, essentially. I want to feel like I've passed somebody out here rather than being passed. Coming around, unless there is trouble for Brandon or trouble for me, a 19th and a 20th for Brandon and I. Not exactly the best race this year. Probably our worst overall as far as performance, and just feeling like we are not there with the leaders. Never really had a shot at it today, and that is unfortunate. But we're going to have to pack up and come back next week strong and put a good number up at New Hampshire. All right, let's come on down here below the yellow line, and then we will pit, see the standings, see who won this thing, and see the championship standings as they are. Luckily, on the chase-based system, Brandon and I should not lose our spot unless Earnhardt won. Then we would have to fight with them. We would all have 4 wins apiece. But if someone other than Dale Earnhardt won this race, then we will still be 1 and 2 in the point standings. And let's see. Yeah, it looks like Dale Jarrett won this one. Dale Jarrett won this race. That will put him at 3 wins this year. And speaking of wins, let's take a look at the championship standings. I am leading over Brandon, but just by points. We both have 4 wins apiece. Earnhardt and Jarrett are now tied for 3 wins apiece. Gordon and Stewart now for 2. Jeff Burton has clocked out 500 points ahead. Rusty Wallace has dropped back out of the top 10. Sterling Marlin still holds on to the transfer spot, and Johnny Benson is back in the top 20. But those guys definitely need a win if they want a shot at it. But that is going to do it for me in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about this week, and let's hope to have a better race in New Hampshire. Take care.